name is Ron Smith. I am a former Director of Operations and a former Director of Advancement for a private Christian school. I also had a 14-month stint at a public Christian school alternative program, so I've seen kind of both sides of it. A lot of times what I've noticed is that these schools don't necessarily look at their operation from a business perspective. They look at it from a school perspective. And one of the things that I've been fortunate to have is a lifelong experience with business. And by going in and looking at the business of the school, it can definitely help to make the ministry of the school a lot more viable. IGC provides a toolbox and then the individuals to help implement the tools in that box in order to help the organization to achieve whatever desired outcome that they feel that they need to do. In some cases, I know organizations will think one thing, but they actually need another thing, so that's where the people come in. You can have a wonderful toolbox full of great tools, but if you don't have somebody there helping to guide and mold the direction that the organization should go in, it's very difficult to see that whenever you're inside the organization sometimes. So IGC provides that outside perspective, and they also provide some great counsel and, again, templates and resources that the school may not otherwise have. The school I was working for at the time was preparing to reach a major milestone in their history, celebrating their 30th anniversary. And I really felt strongly that the school had changed significantly, even between the 20th and the 30th year, and it was time to recast a vision. So the board agreed with that thought, and we already had known who IGC was, and we had some direct contact with them. So it was only natural that we asked them to see if they were interested in even doing this work, which fortunately they were. And we then did a whole strategic process with them, which included recasting our mission, vision, core values, strategic objectives. It was comprehensive. And after what would be about 6 to 9 months, we actually got it to a point where we were then able to release that information to our parent body, and then basically kicked off the 30th year with a brand new vision and mission statement that was introduced at their 30th anniversary gala. It was a great process from start to finish, and it definitely helped solidify the future of the school. Definitely a sense of unification. A lot of organizations that don't necessarily recite or even know what their mission and vision is can sometimes have some significant drift. So this was a wonderful way for us to actually look back and to review what had been done by the founders of the school, and in some cases just reconfirm that they were right on task and the school needed to continue going in those directions. But at the same time, 30 years later, certain things had changed. So it was time to freshen up some of the ideas, even just some of the wording, and that definitely allowed the board to be more unified with their direction and to move collectively then towards one spot and encouraging parents and staff and students to follow them in that direction. I guess at the very start, the relationship that we had was with Kelly Blake, one of the founders and president of the organization. And Kelly was let's call it a personal contact that we just referred to whenever the school was going through a significant, challenging time. And right around that same time, Kelly was launching IGC and just happened to have a workshop happening in or near the area that I was working in. So, over the course of several weeks, started to engage Kelly then on an IGC level, and we already had relational collateral, which was wonderful. He then introduced us to some other folks as well that were within the same region, so we got to get to know them a little bit better as well. IGC was there as a support mechanism, as a friend, as helpers, and not necessarily just a consultant-client relationship where there was money being exchanged for certain services. It was more than that. And from my experience, both from the client side and from the consultant side, I just have nothing but praise to say for everybody in the team that I'm working with. I think it's a big adventure to be looking at this market, so to speak, and to really providing the resources and the tools to help Christian schools become viable or sustainable for the long haul. There are a lot of challenges in our world, as we all know and can admit to, and I think by pulling together, we all are stronger whenever we are working towards the same common good. And that was probably the biggest reasons why it was easy for me to join IGC, is because I saw the hearts of these people, knew that their intentions were always good, always honorable, always wanting to help and to facilitate a positive outcome, not only for the organization, but for Jesus, as we are here to serve him. And this is just one very simple way, I guess, that we can use our skills and abilities to impact the kingdom. And if we all did that, it would be a game changer for the entire Christian community, if not the world. And I'm really hoping to be part of that with IGC.